Hello and welcome. My name is Amanda and this is my channel, Her Pacific Northwest Washington Life. And I think today this is the start of the week 20 reading vlog. Let me check. Yep, we're on week 20. Crazy that it's already the 20th week of the year. Last week I had 2 books roll over, so I am still listening to Written in My Own Heart's Blood by Diana Gabaldon. I'm on chapter 45, so is that like a third of the way through? That's probably a third of the way through. So I'm hoping I can get a lot done today. I am off work today, so I'm going to be doing a lot of chores, and that just means a lot of time that I can listen to an audiobook. So I'm hoping that I'll be able to do that. I'd ideally like to finish that book off this week, but it probably realistically won't happen until next week, which is fine too. And then the other carryover I had is All I Want Is Everything by Cicely von Ziegler. I have just under 100 pages left. I almost stayed up last night to finish this, but I wanted to kind of keep to a consistent schedule. I'm not working on Mondays anymore for the next basically like 10 weeks. It's 2 months through to the middle of July. And I could have stayed up and read last night, but I just decided not to. And it was really hot. I think we were over 80 degrees yesterday, so it was a beautiful day. Got a nice little sunburn, but not too much of one. But I just didn't want to sit up and read, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So, plans for today. I want to take my dogs on a walk before the pavement gets hot. I think we're going to be somewhere around 75 degrees today. I also have my violin lesson at 10 this morning, and I haven't had a chance to practice at all, so I'm going to get a good long practice in before my lesson. And then afterward, my mom and I are going to run to the store and find her a wind spinny thing that she wanted for Mother's Day. And when we went to the store this weekend, we couldn't find them, so we're going to try and find her one. Other than that, there is a dresser thing right there that I want to go through. It's got all my craft supplies and like printing stuff in it. And I just want to do a kind of clean out of it. I also need to print some more thank you cards and mail them off to family members who have contributed to our honeymoon fund. And that's probably about it, what I'm going to get through today. So yeah, I think I'm going to go ahead and get started. I need to eat breakfast. I hopped on my computer for a very quick work call this morning just because there was a business update and it was a spotlight on my team that I'm on. So I hopped online for that and now I'm just gonna get to it. So yeah, lots of things to do today. Lots of reading, hopefully more updates. I am really liking Written in My Own Heart's Blood so far because of we've got a couple points of views in the past, and one is the past that we haven't seen before, and it gives us a lot of background into characters that we have heard of but haven't spent time with because they didn't exist in the past that we were in. So just learning a lot more about the family tree and things like that is a lot of fun. I'm enjoying that aspect of it. So I'm really excited to see what goes on next. But I'm going to continue on with stuff and I'll check in here in a little bit. Alright, so I've got a reading update to give. If you hear water running in the background, I've got a load of clothes in the wash. So sorry for that noise, but I don't feel like locking myself in for a quick update. I have been listening to a lot more of Written in My Own Heart's Blood. I've got that much left now, so I probably have about a third left, I would say. I feel like most of this book is following the events in 1770. I still don't remember the year. It's like 76 or something. Maybe it's 80 something. I don't know. I'm gonna look really fast. Not that one. 1778 is what it is. And we're following a lot of the events that happened with the Continental Army in the Philadelphia area. So that's kind of the background and setting for right now. We haven't had a chapter in a while following Bree in 1980. And we also have another character who is in a different time period right now that we haven't heard from in a while. So that's kind of how that's going. It's fun to have General Washington be a character in this story, and for Claire to kind of meet him and things like that. She just got injured pretty harshly. So it'll be interesting to see how things go with that. I also finished last night All I Want Is Everything by Cicely von Ziegler. This is the third book now in the Gossip Girl series. And I gave it a 2-star rating. This one follows events right after. So the second book was around Thanksgiving. This is between like the end of Thanksgiving and New Year's Eve, and we just follow the same main characters, lots of breakups and makeups, and not as much girl hate in this one, and I don't think that bulimia is a big factor in this one as well. So that's good to kind of, I don't know, I guess have the characters grow up a little bit and not be so mean, I guess you could say. So I think the next book, since I read 2 Gossip Girl books in a row, I think I want to move back into the Fallen Kingdom series. So I want to read Gathering Darkness, which is the 3rd book, and just get back into that story. I don't remember what happens in this one very much. I think they start to go find the sphere things. I don't remember what they're called, but like find the wheels and all of those things. So this one's gonna have a lot more adventure in it. The first 2 books really just kind of set up the whole world and the plot and the characters and stuff. And this one we're gonna get more into the characters and more into the actual plot of the story with adventure and things like that, I think. So yeah, that's where I am with my reading. It means I have 2 books going right now. I've got just under 18 hours left, I think, in Written in My Own Heart's Blood. So I'm hoping that I can finish that by the end of this weekend. And if so, then I'm going to jump into, I think The Well of Ascension is the next book in the Mistborn series. So if so, that's what I'm going to jump into. I don't think there were 2 other series that I knew I could fly through this month. But I don't own these books, so I was gonna borrow them from my library, and I have actually gotten some of those, so I really could. No, those are still on hold, so I can't move forward with them yet. I did get 1 loan that I need to return because I'm not going to get to it, and there's 1 person waiting. So there's 2 series that I thought I was going to fly through really quickly. The Fallen series by Lauren Kate and the Solace Parasol Protector series by Gail Carriger that I just don't have the books right now, and the wait list is just too long for them. So I don't think I'm going to get to them. So right now, just progressing in series. It looks like the only other series I'm going to finish this month will be the Outlander series, but we'll see. So that's it for right now. I'm gonna go find some lunch and get back to more listening to Written in My Own Heart's Blood, and I'll catch up with you if I have any other reading updates here soon. So I'm hopefully quickly gonna make some day off stickers in Silhouette. I also need to, these are printable files from Etsy. This one's from Paper Crown Planner, and I need this weekly schedule here just because these are the kits I'm going to be using in my Hobonichi weeks for the next 2 months. Well, actually June and July, and with the reduced hours, I want the weekly schedule in my planner just to mark off the days that I and my colleagues have off, just to make it easier to keep track of. So I'm gonna manipulate these files and cut everything out so I can get this weekly schedule and put it on this blank page here so that I'm not wasting a sticker sheet. And then I'm just gonna make some day off scripts for the monthly portion of my planner. So hopefully do that pretty quickly, but I'm still listening to Outlander as I do this, and I've got right around 14 hours left, so hopefully get another hour listened to before I'm done with the day. I found that one of my biggest pet peeves is when I read an email or I join a call and people like want to deliver new information, but it hasn't come out yet and they're still sorting through things, and they're like, watch this space. I can't watch an email for new news because like that email is outdated by the time it's sent. So it's not like I can go back and refresh it and get new information. And same with a call. When the call is done, the call is done. That's one of my biggest pet peeves. I hate hearing that phrase so much. But anyway, I have a reading update. I finished, it's over there, so I'm not going to grab it, but it's Written in My Own Heart's Blood by Diana Gabaldon. It is my second series that I have finished so far in May, and third for the year, so I'm halfway through my yearly goal of finishing 6 of the 12 ongoing series I have. And I feel both excited that I have this series done finally, but also at a loss. Because as much as I love to hate on the series, I do really enjoy reading the shenanigans and things like that. And it was so nice knowing it was like an 8-book series with, you know, over 800 pages per book that I felt like I was going to have forever. And obviously I wanted to get through it quickly so I didn't forget things in between. But now I'm a little sad because I don't have another book. And I think I mentioned earlier, the series is not complete. I am now at the point where I will be reading books as they're published. When I originally picked up this series, I thought it was complete. And that was a couple years ago. And I don't think at that point there was an announcement made that Diana Gabaldon was writing another book in the main series. So not one of the spin-off books or like the Lord John Grey books or anything like that. I've been checking Goodreads because I was talking with my friend Bailey, one of my girlfriends who is going with me, or was going with me to Scotland, will be going with me next year. And she's super hooked on this series. And she was the one who actually let me know that Diana Gabaldon was coming out with a 9th book in the core series. I think it's called Go Tell the Bees That I'm Gone or something like that. But I keep checking Goodreads and there's no release date yet, so no idea when that will be out, but hopefully it'll be by the end of this year, maybe next year, we'll see. I'll keep checking in on it. I think until then, like, I've obviously got plenty of other books I can read, other series I can catch up in and all that stuff, but for my Outlander fix, aside from now I actually feel like I can jump into the show, I can start reading the like novellas and short story anthologies and the series that actually follows Lord John Grey, who's one of my favorite characters. So that'll be fun to get into. But I'm feeling both very accomplished and also a little sad right now. I'm giving this one a 3-star rating. It's a really high 3-star rating. I liked that we got multiple timeline points of views, which I feel like really helped to build the characters and just fill in more pieces of background that we know that we didn't have like a full picture of. However, I felt like the plot of this one was really weird. They were in Pennsylvania for forever with the Continental Army, but also like not with the Continental Army, and like just them making plans for where they want to be in the future and what they're gonna do just seemed so strung out, that it was just getting a little bit redundant and repetitive at that point. So it was okay, but it wasn't like, oh man, this is the best thing ever. There's so much action going on. But the ending was really good. Definitely sets up for the next book nicely, and I'm excited to see where it goes. I'm also really excited that I'll finally be able to get into the TV series, so that way when I actually go to Scotland and do our Outlander tour and things like that, like I'll know of the places and their historical significance within the stories, but it'll be nice to be able to see some of these settings that were in the filming of the series and just, I don't know, piece those together better. So there's that. I'm still reading Gathering Darkness by Morgan Rhodes. I'm like 60 pages in out of 400. That one's going okay. I'm feeling not very, I don't know, drawn into the story at this moment. So we'll see how I feel in the next couple of pages and things like that. But it'll be good to get through that one again. And then I finally got my library hold on loan now for Fallen in Love, which is book 3.5 in the Fallen series by Lauren Kate. And I also have the next book, which is called Rapture. So I should probably be able to finish Fallen in Love by the end of this weekend. It's only like a 4.5 hour audiobook, and I'm listening to it on 1.5 speed right now. So should be able to get through that quickly. And I think that's about it. I did order the bookmarks from G that were this year's set for the OWLs and the NEWTs. I think I was one of the last like batches that she did for order. So they arrived after the owls ended. I'm gonna try and put you down and not be super shaky and loud here. I'm really sorry. But got those yesterday, so I'll show you. They always come in another like stay flat envelope, but this is what it looks like. She just hand wrote and drew some stars and things, and it says reading is magic. And there are 4 bookmarks in this set. She's moved off of her Etsy site onto a Shopify site. That's what it's called, right? Yeah. But hers is one of the sites that doesn't have stuff all the time. It's like when she has stock. This is her business card. It's going to be hard to see because of the foiling. There you go. And then it is called Moonlight Library. If I remember, I will have that down in the description box below, so you can check it out if you want to. But we've got this first bookmark, which has the Whomping Willow and the Grimm on it, which just says OWL's exam circa 2020. And this one is for the Newts, which has Buckbeak on it. There we go. That one actually focused. I really like this one. It says 3 turns should do it, and it's got time turners all over it. And then the last one is this Hogsmeade scene. Or it's Diagon Alley. I can't remember which one she said it was. It's got Honeyduke, so it's got to be Hogsmeade. Yeah, and the castle in the background. So those are fun, and I'm excited to use them as bookmarks, obviously. And when the NEWTs roll around in August, it'll be nice to have a new set of bookmarks to use. So I think that's going to be it for this wrap up. It is Friday. We don't have much of anything planned. On Fridays when Skylar gets home, he likes to clean the bathrooms, so I think I'm going to give the dogs a bath before he starts on the bathrooms because they're a little stinky. And then we'll probably Our internet was down yesterday. The neighbors the past 2 days have had issues with their internet, so the company has been out trying to fix it. And yesterday, like halfway through my work day, they came out again, and it's been spotty as they've been messing with the cables and things like that. And then I was listening to Written in My Own Heart's Blood, and because I was listening to it on Scribd, it was over Wi-Fi and not like Audible where it's downloaded to my phone. So when my internet went out, the book stopped playing, and my internet never came back on, and I was gonna run out and tell the guy, like, hey, you did something to mess up my internet, but I wasn't wearing a bra, so I didn't want to go out. And then I did all the like resetting things with my modem and my router and tried that 2 or 3 times, and then finally gave up and called and let the lady know, like, hey, I actually work from home, like I need my internet to be up tonight because I need it for tomorrow. So like the soonest they could guarantee was for them to come out today, but she put it in as like an urgent request and sent it off to dispatch, so they were able to send a guy out. And it turns out the techs that were out earlier in the day had sliced my cable and apparently didn't notice, and that's why my internet was down. So no matter how many times I tried to reset my router and my modem, it never would have turned back on because they sliced my cable. But that got resolved and we're good to go. But she's like, how could you not notice that? And I should have ran out and stopped them, but I really just, I wasn't gonna do it. I wasn't gonna do it. So I didn't. But with that being said, Skylar didn't get to play video games with his friends last night on his computer, so he'll probably want to do that tonight since we watched a movie instead. So yeah, I don't know what my evening's gonna look like, but I know we are going to be cleaning the house and things like that. So if I get any more reading done today or like anything significant happens, I will let you know. If not, I will try and check in tomorrow and be better about checking in, since they've been going a couple days, like every other day here with this vlog. But I'll chat with you soon, hopefully. Do you want a bath? Do you want one? You don't like the bath, do you? You think this is a good hiding spot? Well, it's not. So I should be on a plane right now on my first leg of the trip to Scotland, and I'm not, and it makes me really sad, but also I know that this extra time is going to give us the opportunity to, I don't know, maybe make our trip a bit better than what it could have been. We'll see. So that's where I'm at there. So today has just been kind of a lazy day. I was doing some schoolwork, some like pre-learning stuff to get back into school. I've got sessions to attend tomorrow and Tuesday, and then also 2 more the following week. So I had to do like the pre-learning stuff for those sessions. And then I started editing this vlog and got all the way through that, and now I need to obviously film this end clip and stuff. Other than that, I'm going to practice my violin and do some other things. Maybe just kind of knock a couple more things off the checklist and then sit down and read a bit. So, reading update, I started listening to, I'm not sure if I told you, I got my library loan for Fallen in Love by Lauren Kate, which is book 3.5 in the Fallen series. And I have just under an hour left of that, so I'll definitely finish that today. I'm actually enjoying it more than I was the last book in the series, because I didn't like all the jumping around in the last book, and I felt like it didn't work for the plot and stuff. But this one, I feel like we're actually getting to learn more about the characters and things like that, and it's all centered around Valentine's Day and different like loves and things for the different characters throughout the years and stuff like that. So it's okay. So I'll be done with that soon. And then I'm on page like 86 of Gathering Darkness. I didn't read any of it yesterday. So I'll read more of that, and hopefully once I'm done knocking a couple more things off the checklist, I'll just sit down and snuggle up with that book and read a bit. I think that'll be good. But yeah, feel pretty accomplished with this week so far. It was, I don't think I mentioned, in the Harry Potter and the Order of the Planners Flourish and Blots Facebook group that I am a part of, they do monthly readathons, and sometimes they're the full month, sometimes they're just a week. And the start of this week was the Peeves, the Poltergeist Fantastic Readathon, which followed, like, the prompts were different characters. So you had like a Fred and George prompt, which was to read something with twins and other things like that. So I have not been like heavily participating in it, but I did draw a spread for it in my journal, and I'm going to see the books that I finished this week, what falls into which prompt. Some of them I started before the week started, but I'm okay with counting those as prompts, especially, I don't know, I don't think for a readathon I would like normally participate in, like strongly, I wouldn't do that, but for this one, since it's just kind of a random one, it'll be nice to see what fits where. Especially Outlander, or the Written in My Own Heart's Blood one for sure, because that one I had over half of the book to read this week, so I think that should count. But yeah, that's about it for my week. I think next week, because I know I'm going to be sad knowing like day by day what I would have been doing in Scotland, I think I'll give you all an idea of what the itinerary for the day was like. I think that'll be a lot of fun and kind of help me live that trip, even though I'm not actually living that trip. So today is just a flying day. Would have consisted of lots of naps, lots of reading, and lots of movie watching. It would have been, I don't remember how long the flight is, but it's the SeaTac to London Heathrow flight. So a good bit. Obviously going east, we lose a lot of time. So there's an 8-hour time difference between Pacific Standard Time and, is it British Standard Time? GMT? I don't know what they call it specifically, but it's an 8-hour difference. So going that way, we lose a day. So we don't land even with a plane. I think our plane was supposed to take off around 11:50 or somewhere in the 11 o'clock a.m. hour. And I believe we were supposed to land somewhere around like 10:30 tomorrow morning. So there's that. Yeah, I've not done that flight before, but I have done flights to Scotland and Ireland before, so I'm familiar with the impact on the body and sitting on the plane for that long. I'm really curious. When you fly, if you're flying a long distance, do you prefer to have, like, to break up your flight with stops and like do halfway? Or do you prefer, like, if you're gonna be on a long flight, to just buckle in for the long haul and settle in and not have to worry about moving in like 6 hours? I prefer to not have to get up and move. So, I mean, one of the reasons is because usually a halfway point for me is Chicago, and I hate Chicago O'Hare Airport. So if I can not have to land there, that's perfect. My flight to Ireland, I stopped in Boston, and that wasn't so bad. It did make the flights a little more even. I think it was like a 7.5 or 8 hour flight from here to Boston, and then like a 5 hour flight to Dublin. But I am really looking forward to rebooking this again and having the SeaTac to London Heathrow, and then like an hour and a half from London Heathrow to Edinburgh. So that'll be nice when we go next year. But yeah, I think that's about it, since especially we're not talking about books anymore, just talking about trips that aren't happening right now. So yeah, I'm gonna wrap it up here and get the rest of this edited and uploaded, so that way I can knock some more things off the to-do list and get into reading. So I hope you enjoyed. I know that not a lot happened. I kind of did an every other day vlog sort of thing, but that's just kind of how it is right now, not a lot going on. So I hope you enjoyed, and I would just love to know what you read this week, what your favorite read was, and all those things down in the comments below. And I will chat with you there until my next video. Bye!